what would happen to you eternally?
Eternally, you would be stardust in Armageddon. You just
Be annihilated.
Yes.
You don't get to go on to do anything. Now, were you ever promised heaven? What were you promised?
No, we were promised paradise earth to live here forever on earth.
Why is it that you weren't promised to go to heaven when you die? If you followed all these things, you worked your way like mad.
Well, the average Jehovah Witness doesn't desire to be with God in heaven. He desires to be on earth, in the paradise earth forever, and to be with the Jehovah Witnesses.
Why wouldn't he want to be in heaven?
Well, they
wasn't
say.
allowed.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it allowed, Joni?
1935, they slammed the door shut. Said
Why did
had
they slam
enough
the door
people.
shut? Because they said there was only
144,000.
144,000
Right.
that were able to go to heaven, and everybody else that was the Jehovah's Witnesses, you were moved down into second class, and you went, and the best thing you could get was paradise earth later on. Right. Who were these 144,000 people that were supposed to be so lucky to go to heaven?
Just a few from actually Russell's time. They might let the 12 apostles in, but mostly it was people from the organization started with Russell. And what's weird is today, rather than that number going down and down and down over the years, it started going up and up and up, and they don't have any explanation for it.
I remember we did a program with you, 20 years ago, all right? There was a lady we had here her name was Helen Ortega,
Right.
and she felt that she was one of these lucky 144,000. But her daughter, who was sitting right next to her, was ticked at God because she didn't think she was 144,000, which meant she'd be separated from her mother for all eternity. She'd be on earth, her mother would be in heaven. Okay? And for people to even contemplate that, but really, at that time, almost all the seats were taken. And the only way those seats could
if somebody fell away from that special class, that was the only way you could get a seat in heaven. If somebody vacated it.
So that's why you had no even dreams or hopes of going to heaven.
No.
Your best deal you could get was on planet Earth.
You didn't even think about it.
No. Yeah. Now they got a third class too, and that is if there are non-Jehovah's Witnesses that are good enough, they live good enough lives, they get a second chance, right? During the millennium, and you got to live perfect for 1,000 years to be able to continue living into eternity. Is that correct?
That's right. And what they fail to realize is that they're not actually promoting a true biblical paradise on earth, because Revelation 20 says so clearly that the dwelling of God is now with man, and so it says that John saw New Jerusalem coming down out of heaven, adorned for her husband. And so the New Jerusalem will be here on the earth. God will dwell with man. Now, the quote is from Revelation 21, and the Jehovah's Witnesses love quoting that to you and adore, and it says, "Death will be no more, neither mourning, nor outcry, nor pain be anymore. The former things have passed away." But they don't really believe that, because he says, "And I will make my dwelling among them, and I will be their God, and they will be my people." That's the true biblical paradise of Scripture.